Hi, everyone. This is the October 7th edition of Weather Wealth. A lot going on. As I mentioned to many of you, I have not been able to keep my head above water over the last month between the grain market exploding, flooding in China, the Iowa windstorm last August, and a lower USDA crop report. A near record amount of hurricanes this season, many of which have not really affected the energy markets, kind of been a buy on rumor, sell on fact situation, particularly on natural gas over the last month. Just a ton going on. One of the best trades I've had recently, up about almost $2,000 a contract. If you took this trade, we're shorting cocoa near the highs 2 weeks ago. And a lot to talk about. Of course, my Sunday evening report will have even more information. Here is on Tuesday evening last night, over my shoulder there, Hurricane Delta. We went through the entire alphabet. We're back in the A, B, C, and D's now. They're all going to be Greek letters from now on. A Category 4 hurricane once again. And what's going to be critical is where Delta moves in the next 48 hours. Now, if it moves over to the left of your screen there in the warmer temperatures, this thing could redevelop and once it goes over land here and become at least a 4 hurricane once again before it makes landfall. But notice the cooler ocean waters near Louisiana. That's going to make a big difference, and also a big difference in how the natural gas and crude oil market's going to react. If that moves a little bit to the right of that storm track where that arrow is, the cooler waters there, then Delta could actually de-intensify or weaken and not be more than a 1 or 2 before it hits Louisiana on Friday. Again, it's going to be very critical. Look at that. Just a 1,500-mile difference in the storm track to make the difference between Delta being a Category 4 on Friday or maybe only a 1 or 2. And that's going to make the energy markets just going crazy, going back and forth. There's the actual storm track once again. I really believe that it's a combination of a weak La Nina and the warming oceans because of climate change has caused a record amount of hurricanes again this season. Many of them are not as intense, though, as in 2005 when we saw incredible moves up in both natural gas and crude oil. Now, here are the oil platforms. The weaker dollar on Tuesday, and also the fact that many oil rigs are being shut down now in the Gulf of Mexico helped crude oil prices to rally. Typically, it's a buy on rumor, sell on fact situation. I mentioned Sunday night, if we get a modest rally in natural gas, it's probably going to sell off. Indeed, on Tuesday, we saw a 20-cent sell-off off the highs. Crude oil, though, is being affected by other factors, not just the weather. But I expect that there may be a shorting opportunity in crude oil too on rallies sometime here in the next day or two. Wild markets. Trying to keep my head above water. One of the best trades I had with ETF strategies longer term is in wheat. I mentioned Sunday evening, wheat has exploded since last week and early this week because of droughts in Russia now and also in Argentina and in the Western Plains. This is the trend line of wheat going back to 1980. I think we're probably in a potential longer-term bull market here over the next 12 months, particularly if these dry areas continue. And stay tuned this winter and next spring. Very exciting times in the grain markets. We're going into a La Nina type of pattern, and coffee and cocoa and multiple markets will be affected by the weather. Thank you. And this will be my last report this week. I'll have one again Sunday evening or on Monday.